And let me add my voice to the chorus of welcomes to all of you today to the Community Health Center's 9th annual Weitzman Symposium. And I want to just acknowledge both the mayor, Drew, and Representative Lesser. They're the next generation of leaders that we all hoped would be there. So thank you both for being here. But you know, I'm not going to tease the mayor about his age. You know, he often when he comes to our events, and he's been to many of them, he tells the story of this 1972 group of Wesleyan University students and Middletown activists who, under the banner of healthcare is a right, not a privilege, formed the Community Health Center. And then he reminds us, my mother was in grade school. But I will tell you, Mayor, that Matt Lesser's parents weren't born then. You know, age has its advantage until it doesn't. You know, the title of the symposium is Beyond Enrollment, Reimagining Primary Care. And I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to get past this moment of beyond enrollment. That's going to be pretty awkward for the conference. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for reimagining primary care. The health center has had its shoulder to that wheel for many years. And today you're going to hear about others who have been framing up this issue. Today our speakers will share with you their work of how we're going to reset the table. But before we do that, let's remember who's coming to dinner. The Affordable Care Act, and we proudly at the Health Center only refer to it as Obamacare, invited 30 million Americans to join us at the dinner table. Those that are coming to the table had someone come to their door, knocked and introduced themselves, said good morning. Can I come in and explain the opportunities this new law provides you? They held their hands. They heard the stories about bankruptcy, family members who lost life or limb because they weren't afforded the opportunity. Their work wasn't about making enrollment numbers. Their work was about making history. Our outreach and eligibility staff made history. If you're somebody in this room, an outreach or an eligibility worker, or an AmeriCorps worker, or somebody who informed somebody about Obamacare, will you stand up? Will you guys stand up if you let somebody know about it? Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you for that work. But I still need to meditate on this concept of beyond enrollment. I think we need to understand it in the larger context. And the work of the enrollment and outreach folks was special. But it reminds me of another time in our history not long ago. It was 1965, and the country had just passed the Voting Rights Bill to end the pernicious practice of denying people the franchise. And out across the country, workers were deployed. They called them monitors and referees. Just like our outreach and eligibility staff, they went door to door, knocked and introduced themselves, said good morning. Can I come in and explain the opportunities that the new law provides you? They held the hands, they heard the stories about families who've been denied the franchise. These two bills, the Voter Rights Bill and Obamacare, these bills are about enfranchisement. The workers were doing the same work. They made history back in the 1960s, and we're making history today, and it will change the course for our society for the better. I'm still not ready to get past enrollment. The people who benefited from Obamacare are the great-great-great-grandchildren of those who came to this country as slaves. The others are the ancestors of women who didn't have the right to vote and still others are the proud families of those who came to this land and weren't understood because their first language wasn't English. I just can't get past this moment yet. But when we do, once we understand who's coming to dinner, then we'll be able to understand the importance of our work today. Then we can set the table. The history of the moment should animate our work. We should be ready to bring out our best china. We can set this table with respect and innovation and best practices and evidence-based care and care coordination, and all, of course, centered around the people we serve. This is going to be a great day. Welcome.